Back again for the last part 3 of our February leader training. So I really hope you're enjoying the first couple of videos that I did. I'm trying to keep these kind of short so you can watch them, in the pockets of your day, because that is part of the beauty of this business is we get to work in the pockets of our day. So part 3, you've connected with somebody and they want to learn more. And you're kind of like, oh, now what do I do? So I had talked at our team meeting that I think our focus for 2019 also has to be simplicity and duplicatability. That I think we go to work to make this hard or look complicated and then nobody wants to do it. So we want to, and Isagenix has been saying this as a whole for 2019 as well. So we're kind of following their lead. So we want to make things streamlined, simplified, duplicatable. So especially in the beginning of your journey, it is so great to be excited and know nothing and use that. Do the, oh my gosh, I'm so new. I don't know. Can we jump on a call with my coach? And or send them a tool. So they talk about when somebody's ready. Now I've heard 2 different philosophies. Some people like to send them an ISA movie before they have a conversation. Other people like to have a conversation and use the movie as a follow-up tool. So whichever way is going to fit you better, and it doesn't have to be the same for each person, but use which works for you. So one of the biggest tools that I think is way underutilized is ISA Movie. And if you have not been there, it's isamovie.com. And they're always continually adding new movies, but they've had a couple in there. And the Isagenix Advantage is spectacular. They have an 11-minute and a 6-minute version of them. And it kind of ties the synergy of the system together and puts a pretty bow on it. So again, use it before or after your conversation. The Mary Evans video is on there. Many of us have used that in the past. There's another one on there that it's a chiropractor and his wife talking, and I think it's called Experience Isagenix. That's another one that's really good. So here's another way to think about who can I talk to and offer a solution to. And I've had this challenge given to me by Lisa in the past, is sit down with a notebook, go to isamovie.com, and click and watch every one of those movies. Now, most of the movies are about 4 minutes long, so they're pretty short. And as you're watching the movie, write down the name of it, like the Isagenix Advantage, and see whose name pops into your head as you're watching the video and write it down under that one. Then maybe go to one on performance, watch a video, write down names of who you thought of while you're watching that video, and go through all the different videos. So on ISA Movie, they have all the categories. They have weight loss, they have wealth solutions, they have fitness performance, they have healthy aging, they have enterprising women. So look at, and especially if you've never watched the video, I think it's really important for us to stay tuned in and engaged and watch the video. You don't have to do it all at one sitting. Again, pockets of life throughout your day. Maybe one day you're going to watch the weight loss videos. Maybe another day you're going to watch the wealth creation videos. But it's a simple way to see who pops into your mind. And another way I've heard of them segueing, especially when you have a list like that, like, okay, I've watched a movie and you came to my mind. Literally tell them that. Compliment them, be authentic. Like, hey, I just was watching this movie and totally thought of you because I think it could relate to you and wanted to know if you'd be interested in watching this quick 3-minute video. What's the worst they're going to say? No? Okay, next. A lot of times we're like, oh, you thought of me? That's really sweet. Sure, I'd love to see it. How simple is that? They still may say no, but at least it's an easy segue in. So watch the videos, make a list of who comes to mind, call them up, say, hey, I was thinking about you. I saw this video. Would you want to watch it? See what they say. You may even have better verbiage than that. I'm just kind of thinking off the top of my head. Okay, so ISA Movie is one. 3-way call is another. So whether it's us, Lisa, Cindy, sideline team members, out-of-state team members, use 3-way calls, because what happens is we all have different results out of the same products. So it gives a chance for the people to see different transformations. It also gives us a chance to edify you and you a chance to edify us in the successes we have had. It also is a great modeling practice, especially for new people. They get to hear you, if you're the person leading the 3-way call, They get to hear you lead the call and learn how to do it. They get to learn how to overcome objections. And then most likely people are ready to go and join after that three-way call. Well, then that person who joined on a three-way call, when they have somebody wanting to join, what's the first thing they're going to think of? Hey, I should do one of those three-way calls like I got on when I started. That it's a very simple modeling, duplicatable, and training all at the same time. So three-way calls, all the leaders that I know under Cindy's team are pretty open if they have the availability to use it. Randy and I try and make ourselves very accessible for three-way calls. So don't forget about that. Some other things, and what we're trying to do is get them plugged in to want to learn more. So these are simple plug-in steps. Another is that every Wednesday night, Isagenix does a Zoom call on isagenixzoom.net. They did change it. Last year it was .com. This year it's .net. So isagenixzoom.net. And they pick one of the seven-figure or booming leaders to partner with one of the regional corporate sales managers, and they put on the presentation for you. They try and make it 30 to 40 minutes long. It is every single Wednesday at 7 p.m. Central Time. So if somebody on Tuesday, you've called up and you're like, hey, I've thought of you, or you've used the I just found out and they want to learn more. Hey, what are you doing tomorrow night at 7? Our company's having this great info webinar that's free. I'd love for you to tune in. Again, how easy is that? They're doing the work for us. Can't be simpler and more duplicatable than that. Another one is we have a page called HHP. It was Lori Olson's brainchild. Stands for Healthy Happy People. There is a video on how to use HHP because there definitely is a learning curve with it. But that's where we let people simmer. That if somebody's like, yeah, I just kind of want to get some information and gather some information on my own. Well, I don't like if you Google, you find yay, nay, and everything in between. Instead of just sending them to the world of Google, send them to HHP where they can actually see transformations, hear stories. People do product info posts, and it's a great place for them to spy and get all their information they want to know before actually joining. So again, look for that video. The video was done by Kristen Koski. So if you're in any of the pages and you search Kristen Koski video HHP, it'll pop up. I think it's about a 10-minute video on how to use HHP, and that's more product-based. One of the other new tools we have that is business related is called Own Your Life. And this is by Tyler Walter, John Stankiewicz, Lori Olson, and Cindy came up with this one. This one is organized a little bit differently. I actually love it because it's called a social learning group where there's 7 categories. So it's not a bunch of feeds, it's not a bunch of transformations. Under each category, there's anywhere from 2 to 4 videos. Each of the videos is 3 or 4 minutes long. And the videos are why network marketing, or the categories, why network marketing, why Isagenix, transformation stories on the wealth creation side, enterprising women, start your life and retire wealthy. So you could send somebody in there and they can go exactly to the category they want, watch the couple movies, they're ready to go. So that's Own Your Life. And if you're not in that group and want to be added, let me know. We can definitely add you to it. It's great for us to go in and see the testimonies, see how simple this page is, and use it to train our team. Again, we don't want to just use it for ourselves. We want to teach all of our people how to do this. So go in, look at Own Your Life, invite your team in to see Own Your Life, and then invite prospects into Own Your Life. Now, something that is coming but is not released yet is that some of the bigger leaders, and I'll use the example of Zach and Eden Slobin, they have their own training web page. So Isagenix Business can be a little overwhelming that they wanted to streamline it and create their own page. And Lori Olson had created her own team page about a year or 2 ago. And she's gotten very generous, and she's going to now share it with anybody who's under Cindy. So that includes all of us. And the website, I believe, is going to be called Own Your Life Academy, or just Own Your Life. But I think they're trying to do Own Your Life Academy. And it's going to be the step-by-step. Here's how to write your 30-second story. Here's how to create your contacts. Here's what you share, they share is. But it's all going to be in one place. So this is going to streamline things a lot. They're in the process right now of renaming the URL, so it's not up and running yet, I believe, but it's coming very, very soon. So stay tuned for more information on the Own Your Life Academy. And the deal with Own Your Life Academy is they want you to rank advanced to executive, and then you get to join us on the mastermind calls every Monday with Cindy at 11:30. So it's a sweet transformation or progression to go from the Own Your Life page to enrolling to Own Your Life Academy to mastermind. So, and rank advanced to executive. So that is coming, that will be new in the works as far as a tool for you. And the next piece I want to talk about, so those are some pieces of what you do when people say, I want to learn more. Again, let's make it simple. Let's make it duplicatable. Use the tools, iSamovie, three-way calls, the Zoom that corporate does. We also may have local or virtual events coming up. So for example, I have a sampling event next Thursday. I try and change them up all the time. So mine is called For the Love of Chocolate, because it's Valentine's Day. How fun is that? And I'm going to serve chocolate and wine. So we're going to do chocolate shakes, chocolate bars, chocolate ice of delights, and red wine. But then of course, when I explain the system, I'll explain the synergy of how everything comes together. We've had people do smoothie bowl parties, wellness Wednesdays, sip and sample, whatever you want to call it. If you have an event you can get them to, that's the next best thing as well. Or there are a lot of us who do our own virtual Facebook events where we're going to highlight 6, 7, 8 transformations. And so if somebody says, yeah, I want to learn more, and it's Thursday, you don't want to necessarily wait till next Wednesday to get them on the Zoom, because when they're ready now. So maybe they've asked you on a Thursday, and that Saturday, I happen to have a virtual event coming up. Definitely plug them into that. Something about my virtual events is I never put an end date on it. So if you ever want to go back and use some of the past ones as a resource, like, oh, we just had a webinar last month, but you can go back and watch the replay. Can I add you to it? That's another great way. So again, use the resources out there. And I'm sorry I forgot to mention that. So sampling events and virtual events are the other 2 ways to plug them in. So now let's go forward, and we're talking, they're going to join. My question for you is, at what point or how soon do you start talking to them about them having friends come alongside them on this health journey? And this is the third place I think that Randy and I, and as a team, we've been lacking in, is I told myself a story that, no, we got to wait, give them some time, help them fall in love with the products, let them have a transformation before having them share. And again, that was a bad story. I've rewritten that story. Now I feel we should hit them right up front and talk about it in true meaning, like, hey, who else do you know that is looking to lose weight? Who else do you know that could use more sleep? Who else do you know that isn't getting results at the gym? That phrase, who else do you know, when you're talking with them, when they're enrolling, when you're doing that first out-of-the-box coaching call with them, who do you know that? And, kind of hone in on what they came for, because odds are they're going to know people that they hang with that are looking for those same results. The other way, or the other phrase I like, who are 2 or 3 accountability partners? And I think we all recognize that in the health and wellness field, when you have accountability partners, your success trajectory is so much higher. If you're meeting somebody at Orange Theory or at the gym or for a run, you're less likely to blow it off because that person's counting on you. In fact, a quick story. My son ran a marathon in December, and he was talking about there was a certain point he was getting really tired and he wanted to walk, but his buddy Drew was in the marathon too, and he didn't want to let Drew down, so he kept going. And then after the race, when he and Drew were talking, Drew was thinking the same thing. Man, I wanted to stop, but I can't stop because Zach's still going. So I think that is true with our wellness journey and on the wealth creation side as well. So, but it starts with accountability partners on the health and wellness side. So as you're enrolling, as you're walking them out of their box, hey, I think it's pretty obvious that health and wellness industry does so much better when you have accountability partners. Who are 2 or 3 friends of yours that you think would be great accountability partners for you? Get that conversation started earlier. Now, it may be no, I'm not telling anybody I'm doing this. I need to see results first, or whatever their scenario may be. But don't treat that as the end all be all. Everybody's situations change. People lose jobs, step back from a job. had a bad doctor's report. People's situations change all the time. So let's come back and re-ask that maybe 3 months later, 4 months later, but don't treat it as oh, they told me once at the beginning no, so they're never going to be interested, because you never know what happens behind closed doors, what's changed in their life. Maybe they've just had a baby and they want to be home with that baby now. So ask again, hey, would you like to get your products paid for? You're doing so great on this program. Let's now bring some friends in to join with you. Let's help get your products paid for. And I think it all, again, comes to tone, posture, confidence, and excitement. Because if I say to you, yeah, so I'm doing this Isagenix thing. It's been great. You want to come do it with me? Are you going to want to join? Or you want to be my accountability partner? Most likely no. But if I'm like, oh my gosh, you guys, I'm getting so much better results at the gym. My sleep is amazing. I haven't slept this sound since before I had kids. You really should give this a try. I would so love for you to feel as good as I do. Who's going to say no to that? So again, posture, excitement goes a long way. So I think as a team, we should all get better at asking, who else do you know that is looking for? Who are 2 or 3 accountability partners that could join you on this journey? Or would you be interested in getting your products paid for or at a discount? So those are 3 great mindset and phrases that I really want you to wrap your heads around, and that we could keep working on. Another one that is a really powerful phrase that I forgot about is, what bill keeps you up at night? Maybe it's a college tuition loan, a new car loan. Maybe you work for the government and your husband hasn't had a job, and so you're missing his paycheck with the government shutdown the last month. So do you have a bill that's keeping you up at night? I know a way. Here, I just found out a way from video 2. I just found out a way to help pay down that bill, to help give you some financial relief, to help give you some financial freedom. So I hope these 3 videos have really brought value to you and equipped you with some natural, organic ways to connect with authenticity, find new friends, offer them a lifeline for where their pain point is, and then have them be able to turn around and help their friends as well. So enjoy the rest of your weekend. And again, I hope to see you at the Super Saturday on March 2nd. Bye, everybody.